Sometimes what happens in Vegas needs to leave Las Vegas and head to the undefeated, undisputed, best team in the National Football League.
What was that? He had enough time for one more play.
He had an opportunity to win that game at the end.
But the referee screwed us. The brother screwed us.
I'm upset, but
the brother screwed us.
At least they fought back and tried.
Only Cowboys game.
You literally.
The brother screwed us. The brother screwed us. He had one man opportunity for one more play.
Dallas still stinks. By the way, King Dingbat here, and just a reminder to all you Batmans out there, we are still undefeated. We are still undisputed best team in the National Football League, and even though we're on a bye week, we still have a lot of things going on that help the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, before we get into this, if you're new to the channel and you like the content, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe for daily Eagles content, NFL content. You definitely don't want to miss it, especially tonight because we will be streaming live. And if you've been subscribed for a while, thank you for all the support you guys give to me. Truly, you guys are amazing. And just double check, double moonwalk check. Make sure you're still subscribed because you know how YouTube does it. But anyways, we have a game tonight, and this is a big game for the Philadelphia Eagles because the Eagles own the New Orleans Saints first-round pick. And really, the reason why the Eagles traded one of their 3 first-round picks away last year was because they needed an insurance policy. They needed to have an insurance policy in case Jalen Hurts wasn't the guy. They needed to have enough picks where they could make a move up for the quarterback. That is the worst case scenario that could have happened. It looks like right now the best case scenario is taking place. I mean, I don't know how you get any better than 6-0. All right, but Jalen Hurts is looking like he's the franchise quarterback, which means that both those first-round picks we have next year won't have to go towards the quarterback, and we can use however we want. So the Saints play tonight the Arizona Cardinals. Now, they're 2-4. They really should be 1-5. They had no business beating the Atlanta Falcons week 1. But I don't think they're going to beat the Arizona Cardinals tonight. They're in a world of hurt, okay? Get this. All right, so here's some of the people that are out tonight for the Saints, right? Pound Saints head coach Dennis Allen says Michael Thomas, Jarvis Landry, Andres Pete, Adam Trautman, Marshawn Lattimore are all ruled out for tonight's game, okay? And they still don't know what the quarterback situation is going into tonight. So the Saints have a very, very good chance, a very realistic possibility of becoming 2-5 tonight. And let me tell you, it gets worse for them. And the only reason I'm talking about the Saints, as you know, is we've got their first round pick. And I'm thinking, can we get into a top 5? Can we get to a top 5 slot? If we could do that, that would be unbelievable. Somehow we could get like a top 2 spot, and then we, not have to take a quarterback. Maybe trade back and get a bunch of picks. Maybe Will Anderson is sitting there. I think you're definitely going to need a pass rusher next year. My 2 things, like right now, I'm just saying, like if I look ahead at the draft and I was saying, okay, what do I think the Eagles should do right now in the draft with what we have? I think you need to draft another pass rusher, and I think you need either a safety or another corner. I would have no problem if the Eagles drafted a cornerback with one of their 2 first-round picks and then signed James Bradberry back and had Slay Bradberry next year, have your first-round pick, whoever the corner is, have him learn behind Bradberry and Slay for a whole year. I mean, what a wealth of knowledge that corner could pick it up. I mean, would pick up. That would be an unbelievable situation. But I'm getting way ahead of myself. However, I do want to kind of look at the Saints' remaining part of their schedule, and just to let you guys know, this could go terribly bad for this team right now. And the Eagles could be in a situation where we're getting a top 5 pick. So they play Arizona tonight on the Erect Penis Network. They're going to lose that game. Then they have to play at home versus the Raiders. The Raiders are 1-4. We're going to be talking about them in a second too. But let's say maybe they win that game, right? And then they got to play Baltimore. That's going to be a loss. Then they got to go to at Pittsburgh. I don't know that they win that game. Then they got to play the Rams. I don't think they win that game. Then they got to play the 49ers. I don't think they win that game. Then they got to go to Tampa Bay, and I don't think they win that game. So right there, you're looking at 4 more losses to go along with their other 4 losses. That's 8 losses right there, right? Then they have Atlanta. Okay, maybe you give it to them. Then you have Cleveland, right? Deshaun Watson should be back by then. That's a loss. Then the Eagles game, the 1st of January on New Year's Day. That's a loss, most likely, unless the Eagles are sitting everybody. And then they have Carolina. Who knows what happens there? So I think right now with the Saints' schedule, you're looking at least 10 to 11 losses. That's going to give us a top 10 pick. Okay, that could be crucial. So these games like tonight with the Saints, even though it's not the Eagles playing, they matter greatly. They matter greatly because we got ripped off last year. We should have gotten Miami in a top 10 pick. They were 1-7 at one point. So I feel like we're owed it. You know what I mean? Like we're owed a little break here. Okay. Another thing that I want to talk about and we got to watch out for is the Las Vegas Raiders, not the Oakland Raiders. Now it's the Las Vegas Raiders, right? But the Las Vegas Raiders are looking to clean house possibly. They're 1-4, and this is a team that the Eagles could pluck 1 of 3 players out, right? Clelin Ferrell, Jonathan Abram, or Josh Jacobs. Now, I don't think that is likely because it sounds like they want to keep him. So I'm not going to count him. But the other 2 guys, Clelin Ferrell and Abram, they're already negotiating with other teams, even teams within their own division, about possibly trading for him. Okay, Jeremy Fowler, he reported this, and I wanted to kind of go over it. So ESPN's Jeremy Fowler reported Tuesday, the Raiders have been in talks with rival teams about both players, Abrams and Ferrell, okay? The Raiders are trying to start new with players who fit their personality, an NFC executive told Fowler. They've been pretty aggressive in that. Abrams and Ferrell are 2 of the players remaining from the previous leadership tandem of general manager Mike Mayock and head coach John Gruden. With the Raiders off to a sluggish 1-4 start, continuing to reshape the roster with a new vision is the focus of current GM Dave Ziegler. Okay, now Abrams, he's 25 years old, and he's coming off a 2021 season in which he posted a career-high 116 tackles with 4 passes defended and 1 interception in 14 appearances. He tallied 32 tackles. He's tallied 32 tackles in 5 games so far in 2022 with a lackluster 47.6 Pro Football grade. Ferrell, also 25, has seen his role diminish over the past 2 seasons. He's only played 24% of the team's defensive snaps last year, and it ticked up only slightly to 34% in 5 appearances this season. He has played over 60% in his first 2 years with the team. Now, the first guy we'll talk about is Ferrell, right? Clelin Ferrell, 6'4", 265 pounds, 25 years old. Obviously, he struggled with the Raiders. A change of scenery may be a good thing for him. Now, when I look at both these guys, Abram and him, I don't look at them and say, okay, these guys could come in and possibly be starters. I don't look at it. These are depth pieces. And when you look at Derek Barnett getting hurt and going out, and if you want to add another pass rusher, Clelin Ferrell may be cheap. He may be a cheap guy to go out, not cost you a lot, come in with the rotation, and who knows? Maybe he helps you. We'll see. The more interesting name to me is Jonathan Abram, because I do think the Eagles need another safety. Okay, a lot of people are high on Epps. I think Epps has been so-so this year. I think he's had good games. I think he's had bad games. He's still learning and stuff like that, so you got to give him time. But I think you're going to need another safety. I love Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. I love him, and I want to keep him, and I'm not getting rid of him. I want to sign him. I think he's adjusting perfectly, okay? But when Chauncey Gardner-Johnson went out last game, right, for a brief time. Kevon Wallace came in. Kevon Wallace stinks. All right, he stinks. He ain't cutting it. I'm just going to be honest. All right, and it was a mess. So you could definitely use a depth piece at safety. Jonathan Abram may be that guy. He may even be able to compete with Epps for the starting job. He's 6 foot, 205 pounds, only 25 years old. Like they said, 32 tackles. He's had 24 solo tackles. I think he would be a good depth piece. Both these guys would be good depth pieces. And we're talking about the trade deadline. We're talking about bringing in players. We're talking about depth pieces. Because when you look at this team, it's stacked, especially with their starters. Our team is stacked. There is no need for the Eagles, in my opinion, to go and spend like multiple first-round picks to get somebody to start over somebody who's already pretty good. Okay, unless you have an injury or something, I think your starters are set. Where you need help and where you can get better is depth. You need depth. And Jonathan Abram could be a perfect depth piece for the Philadelphia Eagles. Ferrell, I think he would be a guy, you get real cheap, comes in, low risk, high reward type guy. And maybe you get something out of him, maybe you don't. Abrams definitely intrigues me. And of course, I'm saying this every day, Brian Burns intrigues me the most. He's a guy that I would go spend maybe I don't know first, but I would I'd consider a first, definitely a second round pick for him, okay? Now, he's a guy that if he came in, I don't think he would start right away either. I still think you have the guys that you have, but in the future, he's your starter. So he would kind of solve your short-term and long-term, edge rusher situation. So he would be a great pickup. But Clelin Ferrell, Jonathan Abram, two guys that could be on the move, and good depth pieces for the Eagles, because that's what it's about. Unless we're talking about special teams, right? Unless we're talking about special teams, I still think you need a punt returner. You still need a punt returner. So a lot of people are starting to think that Covey's starting to play, starting to come around. Only time will tell. Only time will tell. Me personally, I would like to bring in a veteran. One name is out there that I just read about. Somebody maybe to consider for specifically and for only special teams. D.D. Westbrook. He's still out there. He's a decent return man. Maybe the Eagles go and they bring him in and let him take over the Covey role. Maybe you cut Covey, bring him back to the practice squad, let him stay there, and then you have D.D. Westbrook. That would be interesting, in my opinion. It is the bye week. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm thinking about the trade deadline. I'm thinking about what they're going to do to upgrade this roster, because I think this is the perfect week to make a move like that. And if they don't make a move like that, they got about 2 weeks left before the trade deadline. I think it's November 2nd. So we got to look out for that. So let me know what you guys think. Would Jonathan Abram, would he intrigue you? Because he would definitely intrigue me, So let me know what you guys think. I will be live tonight. I may be a little late because I never get home on time before the game starts when it's on the Erect Penis Network. But I will be streaming tonight. Saints, Cardinals. Come hang out with me. It should be a lot of fun. With that said, take care. Talk to you later. Of course, don't be a dingbat. And remember, it's how we vision. We're all just living in it. Okay, so back by request. I've had a lot of people over the last few days that asked me if they could see more of the kittens. So I got 2 of them here. This guy is, we call him Smash. He's like the Hulk, like Hulk Smash. Anybody goes near a nipple, anybody goes near anything he wants, he just starts smashing you. So we call him Smash. He has the green collar. I don't know if you can see it, but that's Smash. And then this is Maximus. This is Maximus. Remember Gladiator, the movie Gladiator? I call him Maximus because he's a warrior. This one, he went through a lot. He got cut on his face when he was real young, pretty deep cut. And I was really worried about him because the cut was nasty. I took him to the vet in the middle of the night. They couldn't do anything but give me antibiotics. So I had a lot of nights I was up with this guy, worried about him if he was going to heal. And it did, and he's tough. He took it like a man. And me and him are very close. He will not complain if I hold him. He always comes up to me, wants me to hold him all the time. Me and him are very, very tight. I'm gonna have a hard time when we give him away. But both these cats, really friendly, really nice, and they're really tired. So that's it. You got Maximus and Smash. There you go. 6 weeks old, I think today. They're 6 weeks. So there you go. Denzel Washington out.